Where is the album, man? Regardless, today we'll be working on the Fustal Shuffle remix that we've been blessed by Uzi's, I'm sure by now, wealthy vault of unreleased fire tracks we might never get to hear. And yes, I'm low-key salty, at least this track dropped today. But before we get going, we should take some time to look at how Uzi approached recording his debut album, because I feel that's how he records in general. Fun fact, futsal is actually indoor soccer. So the best material I found regarding this subject will be found within a Sound on Sound article linked below for all you nerds, focusing on engineer Kaylee's experience recording Lover's Rage 2, with the exception that DJ Drama and Don Cannon are now out of the picture. As one would expect, Uzi travels a lot, meaning he loses the capability to record at one place for a long period of time, and this is important to know because it's how albums have always traditionally been recorded. Think rock bands and how non-mobile they can be. Having one studio means a more consistent sound, as the gear and vocal chains usually stay the same. Vocal tone also impacts vibe and vocal character. In this article, Kaylee explains the process of how Uzi likes to record and what a session with him would generally be like. It would start with his team finding a studio to record at. Vibe and security are obviously a top priority. Uzi will then request beats and see what he likes. You can actually sometimes email Kaylee beats, so you actually might have a chance with the Uzi feature. So Kaylee has posted several pictures and different articles regarding what she uses on Uzi's vocal chain, and this is usually what it would consist of. Microphone would be a Neumann TLM 103, which seems to be Uzi's mic of choice, but I have been seeing him using a U87 on Instagram lately. The Avalon 737 SP microphone preamplifier with a touch of EQ is what Kaylee would generally use. She then sends the vocal to a TubeTech CL1B compressor for basic leveling and tone. This is an old Seth Fokins trick, so I know that Alex Dume and Kaylee use this trick, RIP Seth Fokins. From there on out, any sessions which Uzi wants to release will then obviously get sent off to a different mixer. So the rest of the process really depends on what tools we have to achieve the best sound possible. So I'll show you my process of how I remix my vocals to the Fustal Shuffle instrumental. Stay tuned for that. Let's get it. Alrighty, now we're going to be breaking down the track we have. Make sure to stay tuned. I'm going to break down the vocal chain and show you some tips and tricks to get your vocals to sound better. Let's get it.
Jump on the jet so I'm clearing it. Okay, pop, but I'm not talking new. Okay, smoke that boy just like a cigarette. If that boy try to make a false move,
I'm on some harder shit, yeah, I'm ballin' now. Hop on out the bands, engine roaring now. Calling, why these hoes keep calling? I was down and out, I was falling. Brand new diamonds on my neck, counting money, had a flex. Might just teach you how to flex. Play the game, it's just like chess. Couple rackies in my jeans, now she wanna hang with me. Cash over everything, you gotta really keep it G. Hop out the Benz, man, I run to the profit. Talking too much, just go do it and stop it. Swear that they pussy for pussy, they'll drop it. Smoking on Kush, bang, this block got me coughing. Yeah, killing this beat, think I'm Lil Wayne. Yeah, drop top whip when I switch lanes. We need the cash, we don't need fame. And I'm still the same, I just can't change. Yeah. Go do it. Whoa. Wait. Whoa.
that girl, she got on my clothes. I told that little girl that she got it, just do better.
Squad.
Alrighty, so there you go. That is what we have. So, hopefully you enjoyed that, and we'll be breaking down the vocal chain. So pretty much, as I said, man, who knows what plugins are used on a specific song, but what we can do is kind of get close and near to it, and that's the point here, is to teach you how to mix your vocals to sound, leveled and at an industry standard so that it can fit in with the rest of the world, alright? That is our goal. It's not to sound like Uzi Vert, it's to learn how to mix vocals well, alright? So yeah. What we have, man, is our vocal, etc., etc. We've got our main vocal, and we've got our ad-lib track, right? We've got some ad-lib some main vocal ad-libs as well, which are part of the main vocal channel. So these two different tracks, right? Ad-lib and main vocal are these two different tracks right here. So all of our main vocals go to track 5, all of our ad-libs go to track 6, and we have our mic input channel, which we can use to assign our microphone, right? So if I had my microphone set up, I could then assign it to either of these vocal chains. Okay, so both these vocal chains go towards different kind of outputs, and then they end up all here at all vocals. All right, but that doesn't matter for right now. Definitely check out my vocal recording course if you want to learn how to set up and route your vocals. But the thing we'll be focusing on first is obviously the main vocal. So we've got our main vocal right here, and first thing we do obviously is auto tune. So that's how I auto tune my vocals. I like auto tune 8. I do have the effects, I just didn't use it on this track. Well, I'll be using that soon as well to test it out and see if it sounds good. But yeah, we use Auto-Tune 8.1. It's the old school classic right there. Low latency mode. Just for some reason, this has a swag to it. Really like. And I use a Neve 1073 preamplifier with the URI LA4. So, for those who know. But if you want to copy that kind of style to get a good upfront sound, you can use these two plugins right here. So the one would be the Air Windows Channel 4. You can just Google Air Windows Channel 4 VST and you can go ahead on the website and download it. It is a free plugin. And then you could also use the Optron 3A, which is a URI 3 or LA3 compressor. This is an LA4, so same kind of family. You just want to make sure to compress it pretty heavily and then kind of just lift the gain just to make sure that it sounds good before hitting the vocal chain. So once you've done that, to get your analog characteristic on the vocal, you can then go to the vocal chain channel, right? So we've got our main vocal that goes into the compressor and then ends up at the vocal chain. But your one would just go to there, all right? So you'll find your template looking like that, because obviously I'm sending my vocal out to an actual compressor. So once it's gone for the compressor, what you can do is you can apply some Neve EQ. This is the EQ that I have on my Neve. It's pretty basic. It's just set to 160 and it does a little bit of a boost on the high end. That's really all I'm doing with the Neve EQ. So you can copy that, and then what you can do is you can either apply this EQ as well, which is pretty much a replica of this EQ right here. If you do not own this plugin, I know a lot of people don't have this plugin, you can just use this EQ instead. It is the exact same style of EQ. It's just doing a really aggressive cut at 200 Hertz right there, just to get rid of a lot of gunk out of the vocal, because we don't need that because we've got a pretty crazy kick drum going on in the speed. And then we just do an 80 Hertz roll off, right, just to get rid of some of the mud. So you can additionally use another EQ as well. This is a nice EQ that I usually use on vocals if I'm mixing other people's tracks. You can use this preset right here. But first work on getting a good recording sound. So yeah, after that, man, what I do after this channel EQ, what I do is I do some kind of sculpting EQ, if that makes any sense. So I just get rid of some of the mud that I don't like, right? So I'm kind of really digging in, not just doing a kind of bland cut, but doing more of a detailed cut. And then I'm getting rid of anything I don't like, and then I'm just boosting what I want to stick out. So if I find there's a spot within the beat that I can make the vocal stick out at, I'm going to do that. So over here I just want more clarity on the vocal, and over here I want more shine on the vocal, right? Pretty basic. So if I turn off this EQ,
I was down and out, I was falling. Brand new diamonds on my neck, kinda. I was down and out, I was falling. Brand new diamonds on my neck, kinda money, had to flex. Might just teach you how to flex. Play the game, it's just like chess. Couple rackies in my jeans.
You know what I mean? So that high-end boost right there is really giving the vocal that like upfront aggression. It's a bit more aggressive than what Uzi's one sounded like, but why not take it to the stars, right? This is, that's why every situation is unique. And every voice is unique. So I do a bit of noise gating simply because of how nasty this compressor can be when it adds on a little bit of noise once you send a vocal through it. So that's why I use a noise gate. You don't have to, obviously, if you're not using outboard gear. So what I have right here, man, is I will use another compressor. So for today, I'm using the UAD 1176LN, which is the revision E, which is a lot more of a cleaner sounding compressor. And I'm not actually compressing that much with it, but what I am doing with it is just setting the gain correct. Okay, so now that we've done all of our sculpting, it's time to just set the level of our vocal, right? You know what I mean? So as you can see, I'm just going to play it and you'll see it doesn't compress at all.
I was down and out, I was falling. Brand new diamonds on my neck, kinda money, had to flex. Might just teach you how to flex. Play the game, it's just like chess. Couple rackies in my jeans, now she wanna hang with me. Cash over everything, you gotta really keep it G. Hop out the Benz, man, I run to the profit. Talking too much, just go do it and stop it. Swear that they pussy, for pussy they'll drop it. Smoking on kush, man, this block got me confident. Yeah, killing it.
Alright, so there you go. As you can see, it doesn't compress at all. All I do is set the level with it. So that's the same thing I want you to do with this Yala compressor. If you do not have any UAD plugins, you can just use this compressor right here. And all you want to do is just adjust the volume knob. Alright, that's just how you're going to do it. To me, it sounds better when you use some sort of analog compressor to kind of set the overall level of your vocal. To me, it just does something I've been doing lately. And it also gives a bit of color, right? I just want to color the vocal in, very slightly. So yeah, after that, I use a bit of Fruity Delay too, just to add a bit of delay onto the vocal. So the delay is always on the vocal, you know what I mean? So if I just have this word brand new going on,
Brand new diamonds.
so that delay is that delay that we have on the vocal. So yeah, that's pretty much all we have on the main vocal. On the full vocal chain, all I have is a L1, which is just doing a little bit of leveling just to tuck the vocal in. Nothing crazy going on there. So when it comes to the ad-libs, let's just go to one of these right here. We'll solo it.
Calling, I was falling. on my neck, had to flex. Play the game, it's just like chess. Couple rackies in my jeans, now she wanna hang with me. Cash over.
So there you go, you know, not much crazy going on right now. We use the same auto-tune, just the copy-paste auto-tune. What I do then is EQ telephone effect. This is something I do all the time, just to kind of put the vocal or put the ad-lib in a certain pocket. And then I added a compressor just to make sure that any loud parts don't stick out too much. As you can see, you know, we have parts like this, you know, where things get pretty loud, for example, you know, or here, whatever, wherever that ad-lib is. You know, we want it to be able to be leveled, so that's why I use a compressor, just to kind of put it all in the pocket. From there on out, what I do is a bit of reverb, and then I put it into a sound goodizer, all right, and then I flange it, and then use a Fruity Panamatic. So that's a pretty cool ad-lib vocal chain. Now, you know, if you own this template, you can bypass certain things and get different sounds, you know what I mean? So that's always quite fun to do. So yeah, with the vocal itself, we do a little bit of automation, that kind of thing, you know, just to kind of level the vocal. So that's something you can get into. For those who want to quickly know how to automate, I have the automation. So just pay attention to this fader right here and then see how it moves around.
I was down and out, I was falling. Brand new diamonds on my neck, counting money.
So as you can see, it went from -2 to there you go, -2.1. So as you can see, I'm just leveling it basically, just so I can get the levels to sound different, you know what I mean? Nothing crazy going on there. In terms of sends, I'm still using the same old sends, man. I use this plate, I just keep it the same. I don't really change it ever. It's just a reverb. You can use any reverb you like, just tucked in the background to give the vocal a bit of space. In terms of delays, I'm still keeping the same delays. I really like this style of delay. It just does something to the vocal. Let's find where we don't actually have any automation going on this time. Oh, we do, my bad, I forgot about that. So yeah, this is the delay right here. So you know, that's the delay we have. It's just a flangus distortion delay and then another delay set at a different time, and it kind of creates this bouncy effect. So yeah, that's pretty much all we have going on, man. I am using the H3000 right here. I like to use that just to tuck the vocal in a little bit, but you can use any flangus you want. I just use the free flangus if I'm not using the H3000. But if I turn it up, you can kind of hear what it sounds like. Let us actually disable the vocal so you can just hear.
How to flex, play the game, it's just like chess. Couple rackies in my jeans, now she wanna hang with me. Cash over.
So that is that effect right there, and it's just a flange that blends in with the main vocal. And just creates this kind of cool sound. So yeah, on the beat, man, I'm not really doing too much. I just increased the bass a little bit because the beat I have is just like the kind of the leaked beat, you know what I mean? Someone chopped it up and looped it, and yeah, that's kind of what I'm doing right there. Just these kind of bass cut right there, little bass boost again, you know, just little bits of effect here and there. And you know, that kind of stacks it up. I am using a bit of mid-side saturation because I do know that the mixed version of the track, of Uzi's track, does kind of sound a bit more wider.
That boy just like a cigarette.
Brand new diamonds on my neck, counting money, had to flex. Might just teach you how to flex. Play the game, it's just like chess. Couple rackies in my jeans.
You know, that mid-side kind of saturation just kind of makes that sound a bit wider. But yeah, that's pretty much it, man. You know, if you're into this template, go check it out in the link in the description. I have kind of skimmed through everything, but definitely check out some of my older videos. I do talk about different things regarding my same template format every time around. It's pretty much the same thing, but just different aspects every time. You know, check out my vocal recording course. You get a 50% off coupon code if you purchase anything from the web store, so that way you can, you know, learn how to use the template as well as have your own template and rearrange the template. It's kind of like a Lego, you know, this is like Lego, but the base building blocks are always the same, and they are the same as any traditional recording studio. So you can learn many things that you can apply in the real world. So check that